nose suddenly. Hang on. Not blow, wipe. Nose is running a little bit. That's weird. I don't know, I'm cold, I don't think. Well, just in case I do it later, I'll set that right there. Apologies, that's not the best start to this revisit. Excuse me. Let me do this. This up. Do my test to make sure it works. Looks good. Refresh time. Okay. $15 late. Well, could be worse. My system, not my whole system, but like anything on the internet locked up. I couldn't get to any websites, which means I can't stream, obviously. So I had to restart my machine to get it to fix that. So, apologies. Yeah, let's just get straight into it, I think. So last time we arrived at the police station. We finished the tutorial. We did James Howard's story. Somebody who was also in the town around the same time talked about what had gone on and everything. And then, what is my resolution was fine, so I don't know. This, I guess, just in particular is kind of grainy. Anyway. So, we learned about the people basically after Vivian Foster? What was the name? What was her name? I don't remember how I journal. Howard. Vivian Roberts, that's the name. Vivian Roberts. After the reporter Vivian Roberts died, was killed, then we people in the town started leaving. They were like, I just no reason to hang around the town anymore, I guess. So, shouldn't go into the water, my equipment will get wet. Anyway, so we learned about that, the whole slow abandonment of the town after she died. But we can't go any further because of the ladder, I guess. It's in the way? Yeah. Looks like, can we go over here? Not that I need to, I just want to see if... Yeah, so you can crouch, I just didn't really have anything there to examine while crouching. Alright. I don't know what this place is. Hey, Faux Fox, welcome. Yeah, not my computer. I said my computer, I think, on Discord. It wasn't actually my computer, but my internet locked up. I couldn't get to any websites. So I figured the best way to remedy that is just restart my machine. So we're not, at least right now, we're for sure not getting into that well. I don't know if you had a chance or not, or did or didn't, whatever. Catch up on the last week's single hour that I played this because I was falling asleep. I did not sleep well with the heat, but I did get my AC fixed. Everything's copacetic again. Anyway, so just in case either you or anybody else who might be start watching tonight did not see this yet, we'll go here and let me show you some of the stuff we learned. So basically, Vivian Roberts' funeral. So Vivian Roberts was a reporter, I think, and she was killed. She was murdered. So they had a funeral And her husband Charles came with her daughter Trisha. He was really quiet. Everybody respected them and stuff, but nobody really said anything. Halfway through the ceremony, Trisha started to weep loudly, and they kind of took her away. So she, tried to comfort her. And the boyfriend, so the Vivian and her husband had a divorce, I think. So Vivian and her husband had a divorce, I believe. And so Trisha, the daughter, was, still, loved her dad and her mom and stuff. Anyway, Vivian, I guess, had a new... Nope, scratch what I said. I'm misremembering. Okay, let's start this over a little bit. Vivian Roberts was a reporter. She was married to Charles. They showed up at the funeral with her daughter, or he showed up at the funeral with their daughter, Trisha. Trisha had lost her mother, and her boyfriend was being accused as being the killer. So, I think it was just the night before the murder took place. Trisha's boyfriend, who up until that point everybody had trusted him, everybody in the family trusted him, thought everything was good, thought he was a nice guy and stuff. He showed up though, and Trisha wasn't home, and he said, oh, okay, well, she's not home, and Vivian said, well, you can come inside. And then later that night she was murdered. Vivian was, and so her boyfriend was the accused. So Trisha obviously is weeping for her mother's death, and also that her boyfriend was accused of being the killer. This is a cold case, so it never was solved. He was accused, but never convicted. Anyway, so people started leaving. Over the years it decreased a lot, but ever since the deaths, people are basically just looking to leave the town. They didn't want to stay around anymore. I don't know if that means Vivian was particularly well loved in the town, or if people just didn't feel safe from the murder. I'm not sure, but people started vacating the town. So 6 months later, her death still bothers me. Why was she killed? What was the killer's motive? No employee of hers nor any citizen of Painscreek reaped any benefit from her passing. So this is the James Howard. This is the former police chief when the town was still a town. It's a ghost town now, but when it was still a town functioning with government, like a mayor and stuff, this was the police chief. The hospital officially closed, and the patients were sent elsewhere. And he kind of prophetically, although not exactly because it was patterned off the hospital, he said, to be honest, it's hard to watch them leave. I wonder if the day will come when I will be reassigned somewhere else. We learned, in fact, that he was. He was reassigned to another location. That was pretty much the end of the town. So, Scott Brooks was Trisha's boyfriend. He was... So, this is what the witness said. He was coming home late on July 19th, around 11:50 p.m., when this witness, when he saw Scott walking very quickly away from the Roberts mansion, heading down to Silver Lake. Although Scott looked upset, the witness did not think it unusual until a few days later when he came across a newspaper article on Vivian Roberts' murder. So then he talked to the police. She was found in the front, I think it was the front yard of the hunting cabin at the trailhead. In front of her home. Oh, not the hunting cabin. Anyway, in front of her home, she was found killed. She was a reporter previously. We get things like the estimated time of death. These are all clues we can refer to later when we're trying, because this is a cold case. We're trying to solve the cold murder. So, anyways, that's more or less where we are. We went through the entire police station. So if you look at the map here, Sheriff's outpost was here. We went through that completely last time. And then we kind of followed this around. Went this way. Yeah, I don't know how far we went. I think we went here. We basically, though, on the way, we basically found a bunch of like small, like a fence on the side of the path, and there were openings that went into like some like small little like mini neighborhoods, like several houses in an area, but not really having that go anywhere else. So like almost like a cul-de-sac, except there wasn't really a road out. There's just the fence we came through. Anyway, so we were there. In fact, I could show you really fast, super fast. I'm not gonna spend time going through everything again, but so this path here, the little playground, but if you cross the bridge here, we were going down here. So the sheriff's outpost is down on the other side of that bridge. Okay, we came over the bridge and we turned here, and I went down the side, and a lot of these are built. These are pretty much all boarded up or locked. This is the little mini neighborhood where we were. I mean, you can see there is a gate leading out to the street. There's not really a street like a cul-de-sac would normally have. So it's like a gated off, kind of isolated community. Anyway, so from finishing that, we just crossed here to this little small play area for kids. Not exactly a playground, but kind of. A small one. And then over here, can't go in the river, and so we came up here. That's pretty much where we've been in the town. So wherever that is. I actually now want to go back and try to figure out where I've gone. Like where I am in relation to other things in the town. This children's play area, but it doesn't say what, like, it doesn't give a label for the creek or anything. But I think this is Pebble Creek, I think that's what it's called on the map. Anyway, give me 1 second here. So we'll come back here. So here's the police outpost. Okay, so from here we went forward a little tiny bit, then we went left immediately. That would mean we crossed the river and we basically start going down a trail here. So that trail's not even on the map, really. The trail's kind of here that we followed. Just on the side, on like the back side of some of these buildings, but like I said, then you end up with this like community area that opens up. So that'd be something like here or something like we went a little bit like this, and then it's, I think, coming up here. Probably communities like here or something. Anyway, we get to where we came out. We crossed the little children's play area. We crossed Pebble Creek here. Well, this is Pebble Lane. Anyway, we cross a creek here. I don't think it's Painscreek Creek River. Well, actually, that is what that was, isn't it? Yeah, so I guess we crossed the Painscreek River again. So we're now back across that is actually where we are. And that's the Painscreek River as well. So we crossed Painscreek River again. Little play area, went over here, and it kind of goes to this again, but we turned up and we're some cabin, something up here. Yeah, you're a cold... Well, I don't know if you're strictly cold case. We are a detective, and this is a cold case. That's about as much as I can say on that. I don't know if that's, like, normally what we do, but in this case, we are working on a cold case, and we are a detective. That's right. To-do list. Get more firewood. Give Trisha my spare cabin key. So this is their hunting cabin. Okay. Fix Mrs. Patterson's sink. Visit Andrew at the hospital. Check a hospital for missing tools. Okay. So this, we're... hunting grounds. We're, like, around here. Something like around this area, I would guess. Somewhere around here. This is their hunting cabin, though. That's locked. Might be able to find a key later. Probably. We go on the map. We go up to this, the mayor's mansion. That's Vivian was the wife to the mayor. She was a reporter, but she was the wife to the mayor. So if we go up here, we might get a key and then end up finding a key and then coming back here. So unless we find another way in, for now, this is just a nice bit of scenery. Really nothing more. There is this. Can I go onto the back porch maybe? I don't know if I can or not. No, not really. Can't. It's not gonna let me go up that, and I don't. There's not a jump in this game. There's a ladder, but we can't really do anything with it. There's no interaction. So I think for now, we're just not gonna worry about the cabin. But I just barely went there today, like just when I started the stream. So I didn't know if we were what we were gonna run into there. Alright, anyway. I don't expect there to be really any clues around here, but there could always be. You know, the entire town could be just full of clues, right? It's hard to know for sure until you've explored stuff. Okay, so coming back here. Postal Service. Is that what this is? Is this the post office? Locked. No, that's house 22. Yeah, it's still back in that community. It would be further on. Maybe, probably not this, but maybe something like that. Let's see. Trail closed. Do not enter. I don't know if we can enter anyway or not. It's looking like no. Trash. Okay. I think we've pretty much explored the back side of this. Let's go back to where we first crossed the bridge originally and go forward and see kind of the front side of the buildings and the town and stuff. There's also this we can't get past, I guess. That goes, I don't even know where that's designed, like supposed to be heading, but see, the map's not complete. Clearly there's a road or a trail, you know, dirt road this side, cobblestone or whatever road this side. There's a road directly beside the river that is not shown on the map. So clearly this is not a complete map. It's just kind of a general sketch or something. So we have stuff that we don't know. It would be nice if our character added little lines or something to the map as we went along. But it looks like that's not going to be a thing, so. What is this? 2? That's not good in there. And 10. Okay, it looks like just a small. They do a lot of this, it seems. Like three dwellings share like this small, you know, large yard, but it's like 3 dwellings share it. So it's like each one gets like a little sliver. Not all that big of a dwelling. And we're not getting into any of these. Very possibly not important thing. I'm not saying it's not, because I don't know, but it's very possible that it won't be. 11's locked. Most of these are locked. I mean, it's fair. Like, it makes sense, I should say, that they would be, most of them, because the people evacuated the town, right? And even if you're not staying, what is one of the first things you do when you leave your home? You lock up. It might have just been force of habit or something, but it still does, to me, make sense that a lot of this stuff is locked. Plus, if the people had decided they were going to leave, but they didn't decide until like the next day or whatever, they might have locked some of the things like gates and stuff the day before, and then just never unlocked them again. All kinds of locked. Now we're on the other side of this. Well, Painscreek. Painscreek is the name of the town. I don't know what state or nation Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be in the United Kingdom. I think it's supposed to be the United States, because I think, if I remember right, I think I saw some words like harbor or labor or something like that did not do OU. So I think it's America, but maybe Canada or something. I'm not totally sure. Some games give you a clear idea, right? Like the Whistler, and then, or not the Whistler, the Whisperer, and then the Whispering Valley. Both were in Canada. In, I want to say, like the Ontario or something area. Anyway, I don't remember for sure now, but it was in Canada, and we did learn where it was. So far, at least, this game has not told us. Locked. Now this has... Why does this have this? Oh. No. Well, it looks like somebody... Oh, unlock. Oh, I don't have any thing to use to unlock it right now. I see. Okay, well... That's going into the creek. We don't want to do that. So this one, we might, at some point, we might enter this. I just don't know offhand. I don't expect there's any of this kind of, you know, cliche, key is in the flower pot or some such kind of thing. I don't expect any of that to be true. So, could always be. That would be a little disappointing if I'm honest. That's been done so many times, I'd rather not have somebody else do it, but, you know, it'll be whatever it'll be. That's locked, so basically we get access to this side, but we can't cross over to look at any of that stuff, at least not yet. Like I said, the stuff that's locked could always open up later. No, I don't think so. So, first of all, we already obviously saw this. This stuff was 1995. I think... I don't remember. I think... Hmm. 1998 was when the sheriff was relocated. So it's at least 3 years after the initial investigation that was in 1995. So it's at least 2.5. This was in August of 95. This is in May of 98. So it's at least 2.5 years since the initial investigation. I do think, because this is also the sheriff left, but the place was getting abandoned. But this has been, looks like it's been abandoned for a decent amount of time now. Like a few years. Stuff's boarded up, and anyway. So I would guess this is around 2000, 2001, something like that when we were actually here. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but that's my guess, is it's that. Something like that. Yeah, this really didn't go anywhere, did it? Not really. I mean, there's that one place, but everything's locked. So... Then a car? Okay, so if we go back out... And then just continue. That's this car here. Do I want to keep going that way? I think I want to do this and kind of connect over to where we've already been. Boarded up, so nothing. The ones that are boarded up, you can't even interact with them, so I just move past them when I see them. I mean, you can look around. It's, you know, maybe stuff around there, but... and then this goes back to the trail. Okay, so this is exactly where this comes out, is right here. No, nothing to be sorry about. I don't know that I said the date. I think I was mostly at least I was focusing on, if I may have said the date, but I was focusing on explaining kind of the backstory of what had happened with, like, what we know clues-wise. Date-wise, I'm not sure, but that's closed. Most of these, at least, for sure, I think don't need to be open anyway, because a lot of these places are probably going to have nothing to do with the murder. Some of them might, but a lot of these probably have nothing to do with the murder whatsoever. So I'm not actually, like, all, like, frustrated or upset or anything that these are locked up. Can't even go in the backyard is a little weird, though. You think you could climb over? Maybe we just aren't, like, fans of climbing or something? I don't know. Okay, we can come into this yard. What is... we go behind? Okay. Not do so much running when we're closer up like this, so we can analyze more closely. Not seeing anything in the bushes, though. Probably nothing in the grass, but I'll just do a cursory kind of once over. Didn't see anything. Nothing in the flower bed. Flower beds, either one. We can't go inside. Because that wasn't really all that much. I mean, it was different. It wasn't really all that much. Obviously, we're not going in there. Apparently, we stack a bunch of barrels in front of our place. And then a dead end. Oh, there's this. What's this? Enter? Oh, where are we now? I wonder if this is going to say. Like location name. Maybe. I don't know. Auto saving. Oh! The sign, it's a hospital. Okay. So we basically made our way over to here. Okay. And it's just a path. So nothing on the sides to investigate yet. The music suddenly took a darker turn. So I like that. That means we're probably somewhere onto stuff that's going to be more clues and more interesting than the emptiness of the abandoned town. Department of Public Health and Human Services. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's no jumping in this. I'm guessing there's probably not a climb mechanic. If there are stairs, we could probably, like, take the stairs. But I'm guessing there's no, like, climbing up on top of these dumpsters or something. I don't think that's going to be a thing. There was the ladder at their hunting cabin in the back. There was the back porch that was up a bit, and there was a ladder lying on the ground. It's possible we might grab a ladder at some point because we can interact with objects. Maybe we'll grab a ladder, and then we could climb the ladder. Maybe. But as far as I know, there's no climbing mechanic. And there's no jump either. Spacebar that I was just tapping did nothing. Uh-oh. Here is somebody dead? It's not letting me interact to figure out who that is. Oh, broken railing and fell, looks like. Or was pushed. I don't know. I don't know if this is even related to Vivian Roberts. Probably, though. The game probably doesn't present you with a whole lot of... I mean, I don't know, though. It's a detective game, so there might be red herrings, right? I was going to say maybe probably won't present you with a whole lot of evidence that doesn't apply, but that's not necessarily true. This is a detective story, so... Could be. Okay, so we know there's a dead body from down underneath that railing. There was a dead body, I should say. It's obviously not there now. Interesting that the tape remained, though. You wouldn't think they'd just keep the tape there for months after the fact, right? The evidence like the trail of the evidence goes cold after a certain amount of time. So at that point, they wouldn't really need to keep it blocked off and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I found a flashlight in the sheriff's place. Okay, Painscreek Hospital Visitors Book. On 9/30, so that is like sometime the month following Vivian's death. Vivian died in August, right? So the month afterward, Matthew Brooks so Trisha went to the hospital. She's having a nervous breakdown, and Matthew Brooks visited her. Okay. Hillary Lehman, I don't know who that is. Gerald and Hillary. Then Matthew visited again on October 9th. Yeah. I don't think though I don't think the hospital closed for like 6 months. I think 6 months would have been too long to keep the tape down. I'm not never been a police officer, so I don't know for sure, but I would guess 6 months is too long. They might keep it for a couple of weeks, I would guess. Okay. The others look normal. Family members visiting each other, right? You've got Peters visiting Peters, Harris. Well, that's different. But Fry visiting Fry. Leanin', right? So just a couple of visits by Matthew Brooks to Trisha. I don't know if that means Trisha was released as better, or if Matthew Brooks just stopped visiting her. Oh no, here's another. That's December 6th. That's a couple months later. Why the big break? Madison visiting Madison, Burdette visiting Burdette. Okay. That. If Father Matthew forgets his key, place it under the flower pot next to the church. Church is over here, so I'll have to remember that for later. I'm not going to run all the way over there and abandon this right now. It's interesting that there's even any power at all to the phone, given that everything's abandoned. You'd think the power company would shut everything off at a certain point. Be like, yeah, we're not paying electricity. Nobody's going to pay us. And nobody is going to be using it. That's just stupid. It's also... Now, it doesn't mean that actually is doing a dial tone or like a busy thing like that. It's possible that's just a sound effect, not actually. It's just like, well, let's just put this in here, and it's not actually meant to mean there's power going still. I don't know. There was power still at the sheriff's outpost. So, yeah, they might keep power on. I mean, it is county controlled. If the town no longer is a town, then the control reverts to the county. So maybe the county is keeping power on or something. Flashlight. I don't remember if the first one I did was top or not. Let's do that. Okay, so nothing there. Aha. Couple of things. Let's close this top and read this. So, Trisha was in room 203. So that might be where we want to head. There's other stuff we can explore, but 203 is going to be more likely to have evidence, something from when she stayed there. But again, I don't know if she ever got released before the town was abandoned or not. I don't know. Oops, no. I'm picking up. Come on. Okay, pick up that. Oh. Ex nihilo nihil fit. So if nothing comes or nothing happens. 1964. Interesting. Now, what does this look like if it's right side up? Aha. It's a maple leaf, so this probably is Canada. Ex nihilo nihil fit. I probably was off a bit, but let me see what that. Yeah, nothing comes from nothing. It comes. Yeah, X is like. It's not go, it's comes. So nothing comes of nothing. Okay. So well, there's really anything else back here. So it was 2F, right? Or 203? Okay, 203. In fact, I'm going to do this really fast. do. Yeah, the railing was still broken that was up above. That's right. So they did not fix that. That's a little more reasonable to still have broken like that, because if there were expenses, and if the town was being evacuated, hospitals' operating costs would have been less easily managed. And so it's possible that they just never got it fixed because they didn't have the funding or didn't feel like they could spend the funding on that. So it's definitely a possibility. It's more reasonable. I'm not saying that it has to be that way, that's why, but it is more reasonable that they might not pay for the stuff if they don't get any money to let them afford it. Locked. These aren't even the right rooms. Like hers is 203, so. Operating room? We don't know about an operation, so I guess it's good that was locked. Well, good. I mean, whatever, but I mean it. Store the item in inventory. Wanda Taylor. See anything else in there. It's a key to something. I don't know what it goes to. And it was just Wanda? Yeah, we don't. I don't. Do I know who Wanda is? Hang on. I don't remember if I know. Derek, the family chauffeur, his mom was Wanda. So that's the mom of the Roberts family chauffeur. Probably none of these open, but let's try them all just to be sure. Yep, all of those are locked. Okay. Nothing with the sticky notes. But there have been sticky notes we could read, so now I'm going to analyze pretty much all the sticky notes as we get to them. Can't do anything with this key. Oh, no, there we go. Medical record room. Oh, okay. I don't know if we passed that. We passed the operating room and stuff. I don't know if that was the medical records room or not. Locked. 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 And locked. No, that's locked. I already tried that. What about over here? Can we... It's not going to let us try those drawers even. Okay. Hey, Monmouth, welcome. So, I don't know. Let's see. Nurse station. That was operating room. Were any of these medical records? Storage, medical records. Here we go. Use. You. Okay. Now I have to be pointing over the lock, and then use is activated for me. Yeah, it's cool, huh? It's all a mystery. Trying to figure stuff out. So we know so we've made our way to the hospital. So basically, we started here at the very beginning. We did this exploration. Then I did down this path here, and we crossed a children's playground. Was where we ended last time because I started falling asleep. Anyway, from the children's playground, there's a little path that goes like this back to the creek. There's also a path that goes up here to a hunting lodge, a hunting cabin that the Roberts, Vivian Roberts is the one who was killed. The Roberts family has this hunting lodge here. We couldn't really get in it though, so we went back, started trying to progress through different parts of town. Got to about here. Here, we did basically a couple of streets worth in. Every house was pretty much locked. There was a gate to one place that was open, but the house itself was locked. So this was all pretty much locked up, the first couple of streets worth. Rather than continuing farther over, I started following around this way. And I guess I passed the Postal Service. I don't remember passing something that said Postal Service. Anyway, past this, we ended up going Black Pine Road all the way over. We're at the hospital now. So, we know in the hospital, Trisha... So Vivian Roberts was the one killed. Trisha was her daughter. So Trisha, not long after her mom died, was having mental breakdowns and stuff. She was really struggling because her boyfriend, Scott, I think, was accused of killing her mom. So her mom was killed by her boyfriend as a possibility in her mind. And so she was really struggling with it. I think she did some ODing or some self-harm or something, possibly. I don't know for sure. Didn't really look at her medical records, but she ended up in the hospital. So now she's in room 203 here. So that's part of why I went to the hospital, because they did say that she was taken to the hospital at a certain point in one of the things and notes we had. I mean, it could be one of these old, early 1800s small towns. That could be the case. Because a lot of if you go back east and you look at the really, really old, if you look, for example, if you look at George Washington's estate or something like that, it does look more like English type architecture and stuff. So that might be why this might be just this might have been, let me try it again. This might have been a really old town that eventually, because of her death and stuff, got abandoned. If that's true, then, that would explain why the architecture kind of looks like that. I don't know, though. I'm not saying it is true. I don't know. But also going to be... Yep. Turn that on. No real light other than outside, the sunlight. Super hostess Vivian, yeah. Okay. read. Raymond Brown. Okay. So physical description of this guy. Had heart disease with pre-synscope arrhythmia. Patient needs to be monitored daily. Relies heavily on his medication. Without the appropriate care, he could die. Maureen Hamby was the prescriber. Here we go. Painscreek, Nevada. Painscreek, NV, Nevada. One Pebble Lane, Painscreek, Nevada. Or, alternately, this could be Nova Scotia. Actually, I'm trying to remember if it was this. I think it might have been this game. I think it was. I think this is like the Prince Edward Island type of area of Canada, I think, actually. Yeah, more English than English. That's right. Yeah, this actually, I think this might be Canada. To be honest. Yeah. And probably not real. It's probably a made up town. It might be real, but probably not. Anyway, so this is Raymond Brown was the one that had the arrhythmia. It says states. There aren't states in Canada though, is the thing. There are provinces and there are territories. There are no states in Canada. I think this is supposed to be Nevada. That's why it's United States. I mean, it could be Australia, I suppose, but there's not a state in Australia that has NV, right? You have Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia. You don't have. I don't think you have an NV, right? Do you? Let me think. Tasmania's not obviously NV. Victoria? No, I don't think you have it. I don't think you have anything in Australia that has NV for the state abbreviation. I'm pretty sure this is the United States. Kind of an unusual look, but I'm thinking this is the United States, actually. Anyway, okay, patient ID number, Aceway Insurance. So he was on apixaben once a day. Okay. We're going to get... Oh, here's Wanda Tyler. Remember we got the key to Wanda's place, I think it was? And so she was staying here. She was, as a reminder, I said this earlier, but just in case, because there are a lot of names, Wanda was the mother of the chauffeur. The chauffeur was to the Roberts family. So Vivian Roberts' family had a chauffeur, and his mom's name was Wanda. So that's who this is. Birth date 1947, and this was in 1980. I think it was, right? So she was 38 at the time, I think. But she had cancer. So she was dying. So Henry, Painscreek Community Hospital, etc. Patient is aware of this report, family physician. This was in 92 when this was taken, actually. When this was written. No. Yeah, it wasn't 85. It was 95. That's when the town got abandoned. That's right. So 92, so she actually at the time, 47 and 92, she would have been 45. Okay. Nothing there. We've Kyle Thornton. Stroke. Or TIA or head injury. Patient's aware. Marlon Fox. Rebecca Hunter. I don't know half these people. We're learning them, I guess. We're learning names, but most of these I don't know. James Comley. Or Cumley, maybe. Like Handsome. Bonnie Ramsey. Needed a cardiologist, heart disease. Yeah, arrhythmia again. Andrew Reed. See, these look like NL though, which would be Newfoundland Labrador, right? I think this is. I actually do think this is supposed to be Canada. I think the V was just a weird writing because I thought it was Canada earlier. I think it's supposed to be New Labrador, Newfoundland Labrador. I think is what that's supposed to be, which is East Canada, way over by Prince Edward Island and the like. Newfoundland, it's way over that area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is actually supposed to be Canada. I thought it was odd. I was like, I don't remember it being like the middle of America though. So don't mind me. I think I was wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Canada. All right, let's see what else. So this more for Wanda Tyler. The secondary report. New therapy once a day for 2 weeks. So they called in a specialist and had specific therapy to try to help her, I guess. I think actually these are repeating themselves. To be honest, I don't think they were getting new things. Bonnie Ramsey, we had that already. Reed, Marlon Fox, yeah. I think we're just repeating ourselves as we go through more reports. Okay, this is different. This one's totally new. Purpose of this form is to provide the patient with the necessary information they need to give to their employer to help the employer make decisions about accommodating the patient, providing disability leave, or assessing if the patient can return to work. Notes to physician, this form is not intended for Workers' Compensation Board purposes. For work-related injury or illnesses, the required WCB forms must be completed. Tassie's a bit ancient. New England. You're saying this is in New England? Well, New England's a region, though, of the United States. It's not actually a state or something. So I still the abbreviation would they would not on a hospital form, if this was in the New England area, they would not on a hospital form put New England. They would put the specific state where it was. Liza, I think this is actually north of New England. I mean, I guess unless you're saying that New England, you're saying the broader New England area that goes north of Maine as well. I guess I don't really know that that's referred to as New England, but maybe it is. Maybe it's the larger area. I thought New England was pretty much everything from about Vermont, New Hampshire, possibly as far south as Massachusetts, but everything from about there north through Maine, I think, is New England. I don't know about I don't know about going north of Maine as being New England, but I don't know. I'm not from there, so I don't know for sure. Anyway, okay, so blah 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 blah. Sign and keep. Okay, Kyle Thornton, 1982. Patient name, date of injury was 1982. Restrictions or limitations. Permanent. Next date of appointment is. This is permanent disability or restriction. My examination of the patient and my assessment of the findings and health information. Provide this form of printed name below. Jeff Schneider. Henry Johnson. Okay. And then nothing in this top drawer. Looks like. Okay. Anything in any of the boxes? Does not appear so, or any of these bins. No. Okay. And nothing behind here. These drawers will be the last things to check. Not the top one. On that middle one. There we go. Can somebody let Catherine know I found her missing pin and I placed it in one of the drawers of the lobby? If she's wondering, I found it in the basement storage. She needs to take better care of things. So basement storage might open up. The nothing comes from nothing. Ex nihilo nihit feet is the pin we found in the lobby. It was over. Somewhere around here. I don't remember for sure. Somewhere around there. Anyway. Okay, cafeteria. Not been in here yet. I don't know that we'll find anything in here, but I have not been here, so we're going to look around for a brief spot of time. Somebody stopped even in the middle of their cleaning when this place was evacuated, whatever, was shut down, basically. Not much here. Kind of what I would expect. I wouldn't really think there's going to be much, if anything, in the cafeteria. I haven't seen any notes pointing to anything happening in the cafeteria or anything, so wouldn't have expected much in here anyway. Doesn't look like there is really anything. Got the records room. Still can't get into these others, which is fine. Maybe we do later, maybe we don't. Disinfect it? Yeah. Yeah, it would not smell great. That's for sure. Okay, we have... Let's see. Where was the elevator? Because there were stairs next to it, and that's what I wanted to take. This room... Oh, we've not been in here. Room 102, but 203 is what we want if we want to go to Teresa's room. So, or not Teresa, Trisha's room. So, okay, what is this? Diary. November 15th, 1995. Derek visits me every day. Sometimes he smuggles the snacks that I like, knowing I would never get them from the nurses. Other times, he brings me flowers. They smell so wonderful. He knows that I love Sense and Sensibility and reads me a chapter or two every time he's here. If he doesn't have to drive Charles for a few days, he stays past visiting hours and sleeps on the armchair, tending to my needs during the night and gives the nurses a break. He's such a good kid. So... So this is the chauffeur. And this is his mom, I think, talking. Wanda. That was November 15th, so little over 2 weeks later. My hair's falling off more now. I really don't like the chemotherapy sessions. They make me throw up afterwards. Every time Derek visits me, it pains me to see him holding back his tears. I want to comfort him, say that I'm getting better. But my appearance betrays me. Another couple of weeks. December 16th. Sometimes I wonder if my life had any meaning at all. Having mostly worked my whole life for the Roberts family. What will people say at my funeral? Will Derek think of me as a mother who is always there for him? I could have done so much more. If only there was time. Yeah, damn. So we got that in our notes added. Some of the stuff we read and it doesn't really get added to our journal. So I guess it's not important, but that was important enough to get added, so. Nothing in either of those. Could I open this on the side? No. Okay. Okay. I don't have a map of the hospital, so I'm trying to remember where all we've been. Yeah, this is the operating room. Came from over this way. Anyway. Yeah, this is where we entered. Here, initially, is where we came in. This is where the elevators are. We found out those are not working, so there's stairs. Alright, let me make sure we're not missing something on this floor. Okay, so we came in here, came around this way. Been through here. And in the records room, and then in the cafeteria. Which has... Oh, there is this. Can I go through here? Oh, there's this. I've not been in this. I don't know how I missed there. There's a door back here. But I did. Cannot open those. Doesn't look like there's really anything in here to help out with our investigation, but it is another place we've not been. Huh. Yeah, it's pretty much an empty room, I guess. We didn't really need to go in there after all. Okay, so anyway, we've come from here to the end here. There's stairs there. We'll come back to those. We came down this way, been to some of these rooms and others not. Then we came over here. This goes outside to like the back porch area, I think. We can't get in the operating room. Or this. The nurse's station's here. Just kind of on the little like square that the hallway does. This kind of the nurse's station is like the opposite of the reception, more or less. Okay. Office is locked. Okay, so anyway, if we come over here, more stairs, so we could go up those as well if we need to. Henry Johnson, staff pass. I don't know if that is a scan thing. If there is any kind of electricity in this place at all, we might use that to open a door. I don't know. Got it anyway, so if we need it. Nothing there. No help. It's all locked up. Can't really get back there. They're locked anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because that's really not much of anything. Okay, so this basically just goes to kind of sort of a dead end. Oh. Is the hospital haunted? Did I just stumble across a horror game and didn't realize it? Bro. That's super cool. I don't know what I do with that, though, with that knowledge. Yeah. Like, uh-oh, right? Nothing in there. I thought this was just a murder mystery. This This is really turn on. There's no power. So this definitely could be a creepy experience. Trying to think if there's anywhere on this floor we've not been. That's the nurse's station, right? That also looks like a nurse's station. What the? Which one? Okay, this is the one. I think this is for sure the one we've been, because there are the lockers in that cabinet. Oh, these doors opened. No. Those are the doors when we first came in. Those doors opened. We opened them up ourselves. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Let's... I'm not going in the office. What is it? Stairs here? Yeah. Let's go up these stairs. I think we pretty much covered that lower floor. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we got most of it anyway. Room 210. No. Okay. 203 is where we're going, right? 209. 8. Probably the other side of stairs, right? Probably, if we took the other stairs, probably just comes out that same spot. Nothing here. Okay. Someone started chasing me? I mean, yeah, I don't know if I'll die, though. If I, like, run the wrong way or something, but, you know. I guess whatever. Is there a manual save? They're saving quit. I don't know if we have save spots or not. Okay, let me do this. Let me do that just so that we don't lose progress. And then I'll continue now. Let's see. There's definitely no light here. 206 is open. Close that, maybe. Nothing's gonna help. If there is an actual ghost, like it can't just go through the wall or something. And if there's a person, it's not like I'm really stopping them from coming in, opening the door. Is heaven real? Definitive book in answering the reality of afterlife and spirituality. Alfred Coldwin. Many debate the existence of heaven. So by the fact that science disproves heaven's existence, while others say the science doesn't. Join Alfred Coldwin as he challenges the views of both sides. With an open mind, remove all bias and take a look at the controversial topic of many of life's unknown questions. Coldwin gives a very fresh understanding on many current issues. Burlington Post, published by Greenlands. There's a readout. Is that like just a printout, or is that actually like a note, like handwritten or something? Haunted or not, Slicker? Yeah, for sure. Dear Hannah, I heard from my mom that you're not feeling well and have to be in the hospital from now on. So I wrote this letter to say, I'm really sorry for what I said to you last time. I just wanted our time capsule to be perfect. When you get better, you can put anything you want in our time capsule, and you can decide where we should bury it. I promise. I really hope you get well soon. I miss you. Please write back to me. P.S. You can pass your letter to my mom. She works in the hospital as a nurse. Nicole. Aww. That was kind of a sweet note from a kid apologizing for something they said they regret. Ooh, another. Okay, nothing there. Close that. What was this? Dear Nicole, I was so glad when I got your letter. I am sorry too, and thank you for letting me chose where we bury our time capsule. I have a few ideas in my mind, and I want you to pick one for me. 1. Playground. 2. Behind hunting cabin. 3. Cemetery. Well, we've been to the hunting cabin and the playground both. I didn't find anything noticeable initially, but that doesn't mean there's nothing there, because we didn't have any information saying that there would be something there. Maybe if we go back there at some point, there'll be something there to find. We'll see. Interesting. Okay. Close these, huh? Interesting that those were all open already. Got milk? Yeah. Cleaning supplies, but nothing really to get from there. Adios. Is that like a Cheerios knockoff or something? Sounds get in trouble for copyright or some such. And that's locked. Interesting. Okay. What room was this? 206, right? 203. So we need to keep going. $205. Ruh-roh. This is wide open. That means this is incredibly unsafe. This whole room is like super unsafe for me right now. Well, I mean, let's be fair. Anything in the hospital right now feels unsafe because of the lights. But I wonder if that's why the town got evacuated. Maybe it wasn't just the murder. Maybe people actually started getting haunted. That would be interesting. These last few months gave me time to reflect for quite some time. When one comes to the understanding that soon my body will be no more, and I will return to the earth, the question arises of the purpose we fragile beings have in this life. How my soul yearns for those joyful moments with loved ones when I was ignorant of such incomprehensible matters. And now I sit here, just waiting for death, knowing that I will never have a second chance. If only I could express what I feel to my wife, kids, people I once called friends. Maybe I can feel comfort. My body may be old to travel, but at least I can send something to them. A nurse has helped me prepare a package to send. I'll see to it personally that it gets dropped off. Once my body feels better. The last effort of a sick old man, Harold S. Mason. Dying man's letter achievement, I guess. We just found that maybe not everybody finds. Okay. I am totally getting, totally expecting to get chased by a ghost at some point. We're gonna go in some place that they don't like. Whatever, like he doesn't like, she doesn't like, whatever. And then we're gonna have to we're gonna have a jump scare if nothing else. Maybe have to run, like you said, Fofox. I don't know. This is the great thing about playing these things blind, is I don't know what to expect. And sometimes it freaks me the hell out. Just saying. That was Trisha's room. But apparently we can't go in there right now. I don't know. We don't have a key for that, right? We just have for Wanda. Yeah. And that might actually be for Wanda's place. Maybe not even the hospital. Is there... I don't really see something indicating where they live on here. They obviously, this is the mayor's mansion. And so he was the chauffeur here. I don't know if that means they lived at the mansion or not. But that key, I think that key is supposed to go to her place, guest house, or wherever it was she was living. And at some point we also have the key to the church we'll have to get to. That's going to be under like a potted plant. It was the note we had from downstairs at like reception or whatever. Oh my goodness. A lot of black over there. That is awfully dark. That's no bueno. Ooh, exercise room. Nice. This is probably more like a PT room, right? I mean, you have these bars and stuff, right? Clearly that's PT stuff. So that these exercise things, like the treadmills... Actually, it's just the treadmills, huh? I think there'd be weights and stuff. There's a ball, too. But, like, the wheelchairs and stuff, this is clearly a PT recovery place. Okay. Not seeing anything to examine, really. Go in here? No. Okay. So I guess that's it for this room. Now to the part of the hall that has no lights whatsoever. $217, $237, shining in the movie. Yeah. Might be. Maybe we'll get a nice jump scare from there. We'll see. Elevator, which is not working, and then we can go back downstairs. We get all the rooms on the second floor. Let's see, so we got all the stuff this way, and we did the rooms coming down here. Was that everything? I think that's it. Because there's stairs and bathrooms. And then going this way, you get back to another set of stairs, right? I'm pretty sure we already tried like 209. Yeah. Just back down the stairs, I guess. Yeah, I was. It only looked like it went up to like 210 or 211. It didn't look like it went all the way up to 217 or 237. So I think on that we're golden. That said, just because there's not maybe a matching Easter egg room number or something doesn't mean that we're done with scary times. So, is there any... There was a thing I thought that talked about the basement, right? Wasn't there? Hang on. I'm pretty sure there was something talked about... Not that. Diary? No. That's not it. I thought we had something talked about the basement, didn't we? Like something about cleaning? I got lucky. I don't know about that. We're not done. I may not have gotten lucky. We're not out of the hospital yet. I don't know if I'd be all counting my... I know. Would you want to run in darkness like this where you can't see where you're going, really? I mean, you could see, but like, you don't know what's around the corner. I know I can run. I'm not running on purpose. I'm like waiting for the jump scare. But yes, thank you for making sure I knew. I appreciate you making me aware. Yes, I am aware I am on purpose not running right now. Operating room is no, yeah. Okay. Can I go out these? Alright, what happens if I go here? We did. I mean, this very well could be haunted. Like, it kind of suggested by the lights flickering off, right? Because we already know that there was like a balcony or wherever, and the railing broke, and there was a dead body down, or like there had been a dead body. There was still the tape outline for the dead body, so we know something's going on. Just don't know what. I'm not a big fan of this right now. That friggin' a cemetery? What is that? I don't know. This is obviously an unkempt yard because everybody's abandoned the town. I need a flashlight right now. Turn that off. There's not really a battery life thing like there are in some games like, you know, Outlast and stuff, but... Not really anything in any of these side planters. Okay, so we're not going through there. That's cordoned off or chained off. I mean, I'm running. I'll run here. I just, where it was like super dark, I was like, I don't know if I want to run. I'm kind of not wanting to run. Now I wonder if we'll see something in the window, or right next to the hospital. That's convenient. What? Oh, you're talking about the cemetery? I don't. This isn't really a cemetery. It doesn't look like, though. It looks like this once upon a time was kind of, not gardens is not the right word, but like a yard, like a yard where patients could kind of relax on the benches. You know, just have some nice nature and stuff to view, so they don't have to always think about how horrible whatever they're going through might be, right? And then that's cordoned off as well. I swear there was something referring to downstairs, like in a basement or something, but I didn't see any stairs going lower than the first floor. Could have been a garden. It seems like, I mean, maybe. It seems like it was awfully huge to be a garden for a hospital, but maybe. They have these planters, so those for sure could have had flowers or something. Although it looks like they're more like, I don't even know, junipers maybe or something? So not, I mean, they have, junipers have flowers, but I mean, you know, it's not actually your normal. It's not like daisies or something, right? Or tulips or whatnot. I don't know that there's anything else out here. Now we're gonna go back in, and then that's where we're gonna get confronted with a spirit or something. Watch. Okay, I don't know. But right here's where we saw it. This is where the dead body was. Like where the person fell. But I didn't see a way to get to the roof. So I don't know how we get up there to investigate that. This is a room. But that's below it. So that might not even be... Logically, that might not even be tied to the killing. Or the accident, whichever it was. I would guess somebody was pushed. I mean, the railing broke. You're right, but the other sides of the railing aren't really weakened. Like they're not pushed out and stuff. I don't know. It feels like somebody was pushed. I don't know. Not seeing where else we can go. I'm going to return to here later. So I think there probably is something more there. But we have right now, we have this key to something that belonged to Wanda or some such. And we also have another lead because we know that there's over at the church, there's a potted plant that has a key. So we'll probably go in the church, do some investigation there, and then maybe go to the mansion itself up here and see if there's something there as well. Oh, no, the elevator didn't work. I tried. It basically said like there's no power or something. It just didn't ever let me go anywhere. So, okay, we did this side coming to the hospital. Let's see. Come out from here. This probably goes like this. Yeah, I don't think we'll get too far before we'll either get a dead end or figure out where it links up to other stuff. Stairs? Might go to the mansion, actually. Let's see if we go up here. Yeah, I bet that's the mansion. Well, let's not worry about that right now. We're gonna get the mansion to the mansion, but not right now. Like I said, I had those other two leads I wanted to follow. Nothing there. There. This is the road, I think. Turn left, goes up to the mansion, I think. Okay, so back this way. And that goes out. So that's boarded up. Locked. Yeah, that's the way to the hospital. Okay. So we keep going this way. Town Center. Black Pine Road is this. So, we're on this, which makes sense. That goes to the hospital. And this comes to basically Town Square is where we are now. That's this. Or Town Center, I guess. Here's the post office. I don't know. I didn't notice this sign before. Well, but it's closed, so we can't go in there anyway. I did try the door, actually. I remember the door now. I didn't realize it was the post office when I did it. Closed up as well. Where does this go? Oh, it's back out to the street, so basically not really worth it. Okay, got it. Cool. Big books, little. So these are just shops, right? This is where the car was. We came out over there. We did the first two sets of like blocks or whatever that were all locked up. Let's just go. Oh, number 1. Is that the number this was? I don't know. Is that on the map? I don't know if this was on the map or not. Very well might have been. Auto saving. Okay. Postal Service went here. Ann's Courtyard Inn and Suites. Is that what this is? This might be. Oh, we have interesting music here too. Maybe this place will be haunted. I don't know. Untouched bottles of wine. The whole town's haunted in just different spots. Flashlight. Already have one.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel. I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet. In the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my photo lab. Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Photo lab, huh? Let's see if a ghost comes and answers. Nope. No ghost. Okay.
Hi,
Okay.
This is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel.
I can't fast forward.
I'm currently out of town for a few days, and I didn't get the chance to return it yet.
Yeah.
In the case you need
them, it would be a
currently
great
sitting in my
fishing spot
photo
for
lab.
sure.
Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
I mean, isn't that the toolbox right there? So maybe that's just an old message they never erased. Let's read this. Let's see. Neil Merle. Don't know who that is. Baldry Normand, Fran Reynolds. I think Fran Reynolds had an entry at the hospital. Howie Timothy, Norm Aiden. I think there was an Aiden family there as well. Stephen Moss, Clancy Huey. Mostly guests, looks like, from out of town, probably. But there looks like there are a couple of townsies there. Okay. Old-fashioned way to listen to music. Okay. Thanks for thanks for defining it for me. You examine something. It's not like I don't know what it is. I just want to see if it was going to do anything, like play anything. I suppose nowadays, though, you have some people that don't know what stuff like that is. So stuff about telling you how to play darts. Okay. Actual darts, but yeah, we're not grabbing them. Okay. Welcome, enjoy your stay at Painscreek, and take a chance to explore the surroundings. Traverse up the slopes to Black Pine Mountains and take in the jaw-dropping views, or take a hike on our trails toward Cherry Creek Lake. Spend the night at Anne's Court Inn and Suites and enjoy the 5-star room service it provides. There are many amazing things you can experience here. So here's the village, which we have obviously on our map. Here's the mayor's estate. And this keeps going up to Old Creek Town, I guess. Sheriff station's there. Okay. Something about well kept to be kept well maintained. There are vast trails to walk upon and scenery to view, and no areas too far away to explore. So basically, you get a lot of hiking and sightseeing in. Hunter's Trail. This is near that Hunter's Lodge cabin that we saw like over here. Moon Cafe, acclaimed coffee, has been known. It's one of the reasons people come to Painscreek. If you haven't had something from there yet, we highly recommend you visit and taste for yourself. Okay. So, just a typical tourist pamphlet. I was just getting some information so we have a little bit better understanding of the town layout and stuff and such. Okay. So we can go inside here. I don't know if there is anything in here to get, but let us see. I don't need my flash. Like I said, there's not batteries really, so I wouldn't worry about it, but room 204. Oh, does this room have two? Does this inn have room 217? That might not be great. 203. 2, 4, and 3. Okay. Sure. That's locked. So they lock the fine china, but don't care if you get into the drawers where they might have like money or something. Case of Da Vinci wine. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Well, I'm not a wine drinker, so I don't know if that's good quality wine or not. If it's even real. It's probably real, but I don't know. Okay, I gotta see what these things are. Let's see. So this is obviously room 204. Room 203, 203. This is address for the key is written on the paper next to it. The address for the key? Oh, here we go. He requested 7 Black Pine Road. 7 Black Pine Road. Yeah, see the numerical? The 5-digit? I'm pretty sure this is Canada. Is Canada... No, Canada uses letters and numbers. Where in the world would this be? Australia only has 4 digits. Like in Sydney, for example, the addresses are 2000. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Those are the types of postal codes there. So I don't know where this is. 28115. Are you? Okay, hang on. You might be right. But if you're right, Monmouth, about that, I've never, ever, ever, ever heard of NL as like a Nation USA, Maine, Newland. The original name is Newland, NL. However, in the sequel, Scene Investors, the setting has changed and Painscreek is said to be located in Nevada. So maybe it is Nevada, but NL is like originally what it was or something. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So 7 Black Pine. Okay, we'll want to come back here and remind myself where that is, and then investigate that after we finish investigating this store or whatever. Yeah, locked toolbox. Okay, Painscreek Community Hospital closes its doors after 60 years of service. Fund embezzlement suspected as key factor. Oh, somebody was embezzling money? Okay. By Jonathan Walker, Painscreek Community Hospital, one of the leaders in long-term rehabilitation for the elderly in Newland, finally closes its doors after 60 years of service. Painscreek Community Hospital first opened its doors in 1936, serving as a humble abode for treating patients and provided boarding for those in need of prolonged treatment. Vivian Roberts, the victim of our murder, in this case, a successful businesswoman. Oh, she wasn't a reporter? Oh no. Right, I'm so dumb. We're the reporter. We were tasked by our newspaper before they permanently wiped this town, like sell it all off and then there's nothing of the town left. We're here to get a story. I totally spaced the very, very, very beginning of the game. We're a reporter. That's what it is. We're not a detective. We're a reporter. Sorry, that's totally my bad. My bad. I think it was because I visited the police station right at first, and I just got my wires crossed. We're a reporter. Anyway. So Vivian Roberts, a successful businesswoman, saw the need to revamp the hospital in the early 1970s. She founded the Roberts Relief Foundation with the main purpose to support the needs of the village of Painscreek, starting with the hospital. By the early 80s, the population of the village and local areas started to decline rapidly. So the hospital was revamped 10 years before everybody started leaving. Okay. Many young people who went to college did not return, and the number of seniors was quickly rising. With the increased need, etc., 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 etc. We can't read more. Okay. Okay, so we got that. I don't know. So we didn't get room keys. We got like basically like post office box keys or whatever, like mail storage keys or package storage keys, or banning yet another spammer from my channel on Twitch. Douchebag. Anyway. Okay, well let's try some of these. So unlock. That's 203. So to go E203. Doesn't work. Maybe these are room keys. And I have to get mail keys from somewhere else? Don't know. It's very confusing. Why I could not get into these. Yeah, right? That would be nice. It would be nice if every single what is it? Champage liable. Okay, well, I guess those must be room keys then, but I thought when I saw the mailbox, the post boxes, I thought we'd have mail keys, but I guess not. Okay. That may have the light on, but I don't have the lights for everywhere else. So let's see. Here's some of our usual customers. You might want to memorize this. Church, Photo Lab, Roberts Estate, Mr. Morse's house, Mrs. Hall's house. Okay. So I guess we're not keeping those notes for that. So I don't know how much I'm supposed to be writing down myself, because we have a little journal here where we write notes. So I'm not really sure. I don't know why some of the stuff we're writing and some of the stuff we're not. this again. Whoops. I forgot that. Huh. That. This. New. Okay. Okay, so now I've got that set of addresses. I've got it temporarily stored on my, like as a screenshot on my computer, so I can refer to it later. So, we already read that. So I think we've covered downstairs now. Let's go up. So I'm assuming then that those keys must be room keys, right? You would think. Upstairs lights do not work. Interesting. Yeah, we might get haunting up here too. That's where a toolbox is. So we'll go there. The photo lab is 7, I think, is the unit number or whatever on the street. It's not a house, probably. It's like a store. But like the address, the unit is 7 versus this is 1, I think, if I remember right. So 204. Okay, so 204. Oops. Let's see. Holy Bible. Okay. So what you would expect in a hotel room. Pretty much every hotel room in America has. Well, I don't know about it anymore. Maybe not so much these days. There might not be as much anymore. But at least for forever, there were, like every hotel would have a Bible in it. This is 3. Did I just hear like creepy whispers or something? I'm pretty sure I just heard like very, very super, super faint creepy whispers. Dude, this whole friggin' town is screwed. There's like everything here is haunted. This is super creepy. I love it. I love it so much. I was not expecting this. Like a brilliantly wonderful surprise to me. I did not expect that at all from this game. I was just cool just doing a normal like detective thing. We're kind of getting 2 in 1. We're getting horror vibes plus detective vibes. It's awesome. I don't see anything though in these. Like I don't see anything like mail keys. I don't know if we ever get in the mailboxes. We might not. This never really got. We got a desk instead of. Interesting. A desk instead of the usual. Huh. Interesting. Oh. 201. Read. Oh, so this is not a hotel so much. This is like a just you rent. It's basically an apartment building, but like a fancy one maybe. Anyway, late rent fee due. Dear Stephen M., thank you for your rent payment. As stated in your rental agreement, however, when rent payments are not received by 0404, you must pay additional rent because of a late charge due or because you did not qualify for the rent discount. The required additional amount was not included in your payment, is therefore now due. Please send the additional required rent amount of $85 at once to bring your credit balance up to date and remove it from the delinquent list. This amount must be paid within 7 days from the date of this notice. Thank you for your prompt cooperation. Sincerely, Rosalie P. Yeah, seriously. We can't get in there, though. Which is not terribly surprising. If, was it Steven? Yeah, Steve. If Steven did not pay, then he might still have the key for all we know, right? And Rosalie Might not have gotten it back from him. I don't see anything else up here, though. Do we do these rooms, right? There's nothing else. Okay, so we might just go to Unit 7 now, right? Because of the toolbox that's probably there. Turn this off and leave. Oh, there we go. We'll go to Unit 7 and see what's there. It might be because of the hospital experience. I'm like a little paranoid now, but I swear I heard a little tiny as I was like looking in. I think it was the room across from the one with the delinquent notice. So this is 1. So he said Unit 7 is where. That's 1 also. Wait. Why is that not confusing? There's a 1, but there's also another 1. I guess we're on a different street, maybe. Let's see if there's is there a 7? It's locked. That doesn't have a number, though. 2. 4. That's 5. 37. So now we're just playing with me, making sure I don't find number 7. You guys are jerks. Where's 7? Here we go. I can't open it. That might not be the right 7, though. It's hard to say. It's hard to tell, like, where exactly they're expecting us to go to find number 7. 1. What was this one? 13. Yeah, so 7 could be around here somewhere, but I'm not convinced it is right in there. 35, so we're on the wrong part of the street. 16. 15, yeah. Oh, you know what, though? I forgot. We can just replay. Let's just replay. Let's just play the answering machine again and hear what he actually says. Because he says what it is. I'm pretty sure he says 7. Okay, let's just play it again.
Hi, this is Oliver Gibson. I just wanted to thank you for letting me borrow your toolbox and shovel.
Sure. No problem,
I'm
buddy.
currently
It's
out
fine.
of town for a few days, and I didn't get
Okay.
the chance to return it yet.
That's okay. We're
In
friends.
the case you need them, it's currently sitting in my
Photo lab.
Ask Mrs. Patterson for my spare key.
Doesn't say where. Where did I get the 7? I swear we got it from somewhere. But okay, photo lab. So, not a number 7. I just need to find a photo lab somewhere. I don't know where that would be. Photo lab. That's the ins. Here's the church. Which means we've gone all the way across town. Okay, let's go back. Photo Lab's probably going to be more like downtown. Farmer's Market, cheese. Like near the town square, you'd guess, right? Because that's where most people will go. They'll go to the town square to look for stuff. So that would be where business would be more likely to come. So you'd probably set your shop up there, I would expect. We already did these, though. These were all this, and then this next one over here. Although you can't come here. We can't come around the other side to come out here. But this road also, those are all just locked up. So it's not there. A photo lab. I don't know. Well, there wasn't that's the wrong way anyway. Over here, these weren't stores, right? These were just, I mean, as far as we could tell. Yeah, I don't think any of those are. Okay, let's go back here. Let's refer to our map. I'm not going inside, but I mean, just go to here so as this step off point. Photography. Okay, so we go around here. We want to take Walnut. It's the corner of Silver Lake and Walnut. That's where it is. Okay. Rather than wandering around and just doing our best to find it, just failing and failing and failing, let's instead take Walnut where it meets Silver Lake. So right here. Here we go. That's locked. I don't know if we're supposed to get in here or not. Go up the backside, maybe? Maybe. I don't know if we're doing anything with this or not. Kinda doesn't seem like it, huh? 'Cause it's all locked up. Not seeing a way. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know about that. We found the place. We can't get in. Now, what do I have key-wise? Oh, this is the one probably that was number 7. Let me go back to the suites. We have that paper behind the desk. There's that paper I wanted to read again to see where that was going to, and I didn't before we left. Let's go back inside really fast and read that. Okay. Have a good sleep, Fofox. Take care. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in the stream. See you next time. Oh. There's stuff here we didn't read? Oh, there was. Let's see. Stevie's Barber Shop. At 17. Okay. Sunday worship, that's the Trinity Church. Yep, okay. Moon Cafe, we already looked at. That's 35, Black Pine Road. This is the funeral home. Or something like that. Cemetery. Management, something. 46 Silver Lake. So this is general, if you get locked out, how to get in, I guess. This was a festival. 1 Maple Drive. Painscreek. PD. Joshua S. Taylor. Missing. We saw one of these posters at the sheriff's office too. 4 Pebble Lane. Cross the river on the playground. That might be something to check out. 4 Pebble Lane. Let's go here though first. Let's see. This is the one. 7 Black Pine Road. That's what we want. Black Pine Road, not okay. Okay. Facing this. Black Pine Road, that's here. So you just want to find 7 along this. I just gone the wrong direction, I guess, so this. Not here, but here. We want number 7. 35. 30. 32. Yeah, it's a bookshop, right? We already tried this, though. It's locked. That's 37. We want 7 anyway, so. 34. 36. 39. Wait, does it go the other direction? Oh, this is Black Pine Road. Yeah. Should have go to the right instead, probably is lower numbers. We go back over here. I'm going to go this way. to number 7. 13, 11. So this side of the road. Or maybe not. 11 to 3. Where's 7? That's number 8. Number 2. Number 10. Where's 7? 12. So we're going back up again. 3. Oh, 7 is around, isn't it? 7 is around the other side. Hang on. Hold on. So we go over here. We have to go around this again as well. But down over here is going to be number 7, I bet. This is probably still considered part of Black Pine Lane or whatever it is. 5. 9. Yeah, this is 7. Unlock. Alright, let's see what's in here. Not seeing this on that list of usual customers from the other place. So, this might be a haunted house. Creepy like the hospital. Maybe. It's also got the, by the way, this is creepy, a creepy place music playing, so that's good. Door's jammed. It's not even locked, it's just we can't open it. It's like stuck. Okay. Uh-oh. Roto. Fire? Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to work if there was actually a fire here. Of course, if there was a fire, I don't know that I'm going to find anything to examine in here either, but... Oh, safe with... What do we have? A letter of some kind. If I can get... There we go. Dear Daniel, how have you been, my son? It's been a while since I last wrote to you. I'm getting much better now. Dr. Johnson has assured me that I'm recovering well. I'm now working full-time at the mansion. The hallucinations are gone. There's just 2 more checkups to do, and I'll be done with rehab. How's Mom doing? She's still working at that restaurant. I hope she spends enough time with you. I don't blame her for leaving, and I wish I could be there for you. I'm sorry things turned out this way. Please forgive me. I have been saving my money and plan to, and then it's cut off. Yeah. Don't know what started the fire. We have no idea what started the fire, of course. It's a flask. Maybe this got premium rum. Maybe somebody got drunk and a cigarette set it off. It's hard to know, right? You can't really tell this much time later. You can't really tell offhand. We're not Aragorn where we're looking at footprints in the grass hunting orcs or something. This is not Lord of the Rings. So, okay. So we do have that. This one here. That's leave. So I guess we're going upstairs now. Already did both of these, right? Yeah, that was jammed. Yep. Okay. Yeah, again, electricity. With the fire that was here, at least in part. Oh. A summoning circle? Bro. What in the world? That is not a good thing. Why are you doing that, bro? Diary, read. May 12th, 1994. I hate to admit it, but Scott's a good kid. He's hardworking, takes care of me when I'm drunk, and he's a man of his word. I'm starting to like him. June 10th, 1994. Did I see her again? How can that be? Why doesn't the medication work anymore? Did he give me cheap pills? No, that can't be. He's as guilty as I am. We're all in it together. He cannot abandon me. They cannot abandon me. August 12th. Ever since Scott asked about her, I've started to see Sophia again. Why did he have to mention her? Oh, I need more pills. I think I'm going crazy. August 29th, 1994. Oh, Lord. I know I am a sinner. I realize it now. That's why I'm going crazy. I know that nothing I do will bring her back. I pray that our sins do not pass down to our children. Please forgive us for what we've done. Bro, and I'm going to close this. She can be right there and jump scare me off. Andrew Reed's story achievement. Okay, so we got that. And then a bunch of pill bottles. Bro, why is there a summoning circle? Why are people so stupid? Why would you do that to yourself? Well, let's see if I can bring a spirit from beyond that might kill me. That's a smart idea. So dumb. Alright. People are so, like, honestly. I mean, I get it, you know. In real life, whether you believe in that or not or whatever, but like in a horror setting, I guess you just say they get more skeptics or something, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Well, we don't have any more keys. No, we do. We have this. Belong to Wanda. Yeah, where's... I'm trying to remember where Wanda actually lived. Okay, can't go that way. That's right. Cannot cross the river here. It's locked. See, there's no way across. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure at some point we found a reference where Wanda lived, but I don't remember now. Let me see. Wanda Tyler. So this is just when she's in the hospital and Derek visiting her. Doesn't say anything about an address. Is there... Let me see. On our list of frequent visitors to the inn... No, I don't know. Well, I know we can get in the church. Well, I don't know. We probably can get in the church because we had a reference to a key under a flower pot, so we can go there. Maybe there's something about Wanda there. I don't know. We might need to go back to the hospital for that, honestly. But let me think. I want a map. So take Clover to Silver Lake and then go right and then up to the church. Okay. So that's just right here. This is Clover. It curves. Then this is Silver Lake. And then the church is right over here, yeah. Let me pass this for a second. Let me see if we can do anything with the car here. Nope. Can't get in that at all. And this goes to the graveyard. But I don't know what we were trying to search for in the graveyard there. It'll take a while to search. Let's wait first and see what we find out in the church, maybe. If the church isn't... I mean, if the church doesn't kill us. Like, if the church is haunted and we die there, of course, then that's obviously We're not going to be so much for the graveyard at that point if we're dead. This is the what do you call it? Basically where like the pastor would stay. It's locked though. It's just that door or both. That whole thing's locked right now, which means we might get a key inside the church. I don't know. There's supposed to be a flower pot. Is there one over here that I missed? Yeah, one of these. One of those. What about this other side, maybe? No? Oh, but there are pots here. None of those either. One of these, maybe? Let's just say and open the door, I guess. Ah! Wait. Pick up. Aha! Store the item in inventory. There's our key to the church. Oh, wait, what? Oh, hang on. I did not. E, store. I clicked the mouse button again. Yeah, this is... Oh, it's outside the church. This probably goes to the actual... I'm going to guess this actually opens the doors, the main doors to the church, right? I mean, assume. Makes the most sense. There we go. Now we're in the creepy haunted church. So we go from the haunted hospital to the haunted store to the haunted place with a creepy seance circle or whatever to the haunted church. Maybe. I don't know if the haunted church can be haunted or not, though. But very well could be, for sure. Gee, they have Bibles here? So shocked. Let's see. Church will be closed for the funeral of Andrew Reed, June 19th, 1995. Okay. Need a handyman, Scott Brooks. Oliver's Photography. That's where we stopped by, but it was locked. So we may or may not ever end up there. I don't know. This is when their services were. Okay. Oh, it goes into a more open area. Yeah, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's check around here first. Yet another flashlight. Already have one. More Holy Bible. There's a crucifix. Nothing to do with that, though. This also is going to be a... Yeah. Another room. Looks like a nave maybe there or something. Okay, let's... I didn't look at this yet, right? Got nothing there, though. Okay, let's go up above. Because this is just going to look down over this, right? So... No electricity there either. Okay. Frankly, I'm surprised that any of the places have any electricity at all. So when it does, it's like, woohoo, but it's kind of surprising. Nothing with that. Just some nifty pot. As in the original use of the word, not as in weed. Obviously, it's not like weed. That's locked. I don't still have the key on me, right? No, it just was the main door, yeah. I wonder how much of this music, like this creepy music and stuff, is copyrighted if I'm going to have to, like, silence it on my final video from the stream. I don't know. Hard to tell, because a lot of developers, indie developers especially, will just get like music that exists already out there, or they'll buy royal like rights to certain music in their game, and then when I'm playing, I have no idea about that. So, photo of the previous pastor, Father Calvin. Okay. Not getting into that box. There's some dates marked on the calendar. Choir, final court appearance. Interesting. Wonder what that court appearance is for. Were there charges brought against the church or something? Or the pastor? Whichever. Yeah, I missed a drawer maybe. Photo of Matthew and Scott years ago. Oh, that's how the church ties. Scott, so Vivian is the one who was murdered, right? Her daughter was Trisha. Trisha was dating Scott. Scott's father is the pastor here, I think. Yeah. I mean, there are people that are that skilled. It's always possible. I never assume ahead of time. Okay, read this. I return the tools back to the storage room. Okay. This we already had, I think. Oh no, this is a different charge. Scott Brooks pleads not guilty to killing ex-mayor's wife, Vivian Roberts. Main murder suspect denied killing former employee. No, this is the same. Yeah, this is the same. We've already read this article. Oh, would we not? Is it another version? Okay, well, let me read it then. I thought this is the same. Scott Brooks, the adopted son of Father Matthew Brooks of Painscreek Trinity Church, pled not guilty in court yesterday. I see. So he wasn't the blood son. He was adopted. According to Scott, he met with Vivian in the woods that night, but went home after their meeting and did not step out of his cabin for days. When he left her, Vivian was still alive. When asked why he met with Vivian, Scott's answer was that he met to discuss about personal matters, and it was only between the two of them. Scott denied further questioning, stating only that he had nothing to do with Vivian's murder, that whomever killed Vivian must have committed the crime after he had left. As to why Scott was at his cabin for days after Vivian was killed, Scott explained that he did not even know that Vivian had been murdered. Staying at the cabin is just something he's always done, that he feels at ease while at home. Scott is currently detained in the county jail. No bail has been set for his release at this point. Okay, so that was what we added to our... Right, this needs a combination, which we do not have right now. Okay. Storage room. It's probably outside, I'm guessing. One of the, like maybe that side building or something. Although it says storage room. Not like storage shed or something. So actually, it might not be outside. It might be like in the basement or a closet near the front that we did not open. It's hard to know, to be honest. We'll just keep searching. We'll find at some point, wherever. There. Oh. We do not have the number, though. I didn't know there was a... I didn't know there's a save behind there. That's interesting. Okay. So, packing day, moving out, meeting Trisha. Interesting. Oh, whoops. So, on the 17th meeting Trisha, does that mean that's when he went to the hospital? I don't remember the dates in the information there when he visited Trisha. That's at the front desk. We could always go back and look at the front desk. We don't have to go that far into the hospital to see. I don't know. Okay, let's read this. Saturday, April 6, 1985. Father Matthew picked me up from the orphanage today. He said I'll be staying with him for now, and that I can call him Dad if that's okay with me. On Monday, he'll bring me to sign something. He says that after the signing, my name is not just Scott, but Scott Brooks. I'm so glad I now have a home. Friday, May 3rd, 1985. Father Matthew brought me to the attic today. There's so many wooden toys, and he made them all himself. He asked me to choose one that I liked. I chose the toy plane. It looked so cool. He says he can teach me carpentry when I'm a bit older. He even made a secret space for me in my room, so I can put my special treasures inside. I love Father Matthew. June 6th, Thursday. The older boys are always bullying me. They called me a bastard child and a weirdo. They say that's why my own parents didn't want me. What does bastard mean? Father Matthew says I should be patient, but they threw stones at me. Father Matthew cleaned my wounds. It's painful. Father Matthew told me to forgive and forget. He said they don't know what they're doing. I like Father Matthew, but I hate the boys. July 12th. Trisha defended me today. The boys walked away when she said her dad is going to catch them and put them in jail. I want to be like Trisha's father. I want to be the next Charles Roberts. That way no one will ever bully me. Sunday, September 15th. Derek's always there whenever Trisha invites me to play. He's 5 years older than me. He's like her bodyguard or something like that, and he's really good at drawing. He gave me one of his drawings today. He said he only gives drawings to friends. I wish I could draw like him. Maybe I can make a wooden toy car for his next birthday. That'd be cool. There's his plane that he got. That's awesome. May 3rd, 1985. Yeah. That'd be cool. That's a good gift. I mean, I guess technically you could say not everybody would appreciate it. That's possible. Might be some people who wouldn't. But most people would appreciate you doing some carpentry, doing your own, like making your own toy and giving it to them. That'd be cool. That's one aspect of carpentry I've really never gotten into, is making like toys and stuff. I do furniture and houses. I've never done toys. I should do that. That'd be cool. It's more, I mean, I guess traditionally they call it woodworking. A lot of people just or wood carving or whatever. But I mean, it's carpentry. Oh, the basement. I'm not sure I want to go down there yet. Let's see if there's any other stuff on this level before we go there first. Here's storage. Yeah, let me... This is the storage? Yeah, great. Cookingware. Old-fashioned Slim Jim. Ah, there is the car outside, right? There was locks. We could probably use that. There was that whole instruction thing on how to use a Slim Jim to get into a car. And then this. There's a key that we cannot... Scott's things. That's Wanda. That's not going to work. No. Yeah. I didn't expect it to. Okay. So we need to find a key for that. Let's see, what else? This was back out to that. What's this? Okay, just a bathroom, so nothing big. I'm totally expecting one of these times we'll look in the mirror right as we click or as we approach it or something, there'll be like a ghost behind us. I mean, I suppose it would also depend on the building or something, but we're already here. Let's go downstairs. Then we'll go try the Slim Jim and maybe... No, that was the storage room, so there's not like a storage attic or something we're gonna do. So I don't know. Don't worry about that, I guess. It's locked. It's an exit. So at some point we might go down there. Let's leave that door open. Okay. I think we pretty much found everything inside the church. Okay, let's try to jimmy the car out here. I don't know if it'll be that car or a different car either. There are other cars around town. There's like the one near the inn with the rooms also, right? For example, so let's see. It was, where was the car for here? This one over here. Oh, hang on. Turn the flashlight off. Yeah, thought it was on still. It says it's locked. It's not letting me apply it there, it doesn't seem. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Unlock is what I wanted. Not sure if there's anything here really to see though. One of the other side has a glove box. Maybe that's what I want. No. Cannot interact with it though. Okay, so I think that's just more stuff you could do, but not necessarily stuff you want to do. Can I close this again? Just so I don't think that I've explored this. Yeah, let's go over try. There might be other cars on the way too. I don't remember, but there's for sure that car over by the sweets. Let's try that if nothing else. There's a car here. I don't know if we get in this or not. Open. That is locked. Okay. I'm assuming you only use it on the doors. I wouldn't think you'd use it on the glove box, right? Let me see. No. Also not this, I assume. Yeah. No. Okay. So that could unlock at some point, but we cannot do it right now. Okay. Let's go back to the inn and suites and see if we can do something with the car there. Really are not many cars here in town, are there? Yeah, the music's cool, huh? I like it. I like it quite a bit. Lock with this. Let's see. Get a letter to P.I. Steve Moss. I came across your name through a close friend of mine. She highly recommended you, saying you're a person of integrity and a very reliable investigator. So I'd like for you to investigate the case, which happened in 1995 in a town called Painscreek, of the murder of Vivian Roberts. So this is a PI, not us. We're a reporter. So a PI was sent here. Yeah, in 1997. I think we're something like 2000. Because 1998 is when the town actually went, was completely abandoned. Like the police station shut down and stuff in 1998. So it's like a year before that. I was there when it happened. The body had been placed in front of the mansion gates for everyone to see. A few days later, Scott Brooks was apprehended as a suspect. However, there wasn't enough evidence, and he was soon released. 18 months later, the police filed Vivian's case as unsolved. I tried to forget everything, but I just can't. I simply want to know the truth. I've enclosed a copy of the threat letter that Vivian received the day she died. I hope it helps. For safety purposes, I would like to remain anonymous at this time. I will give you the first payment in good faith. You will agree to my offer. The case is solved. I will pass you the rest of the payment. Sincerely, Anonymous. I know what you did. Meet me by the well at midnight. You know which one. Alone. I wonder if that... We did see a well over near the hunting cabin. That might be the well they're talking about. I couldn't interact with it before, but it could be just because we weren't far enough along. I don't know. Read. This is journal. 3/26/1997. This is the PI's notes, right? The investigation progress is slow. I've tried to reach people, but many of them have left Painscreek, and those who still remain are starting to move out. I found some evidence showing that things aren't what they seem. The media didn't have it right. I need to interview some people who worked at the mansion. I've been too wary and haven't reached out yet. Matthew seems to be Scott's legal parent. Still won't talk to him yet. I'll have to visit St. Patrick's Orphanage tomorrow. It's a day's drive from here. I know Scott found something there. There's something not quite right with all this. I don't think we ever leave the town in this game. I would assume we don't. So hopefully we'll find out what that was. Wait, this was 4 days later. Okay. Vivian married Charles in 1971. After the marriage, she became vice president of the Roberts Mining Company. It went into a slump after the mining accident in 73. But her resilience to not give up led to her rebuilding the company from the ground up. She supported local businesses, such as the Painscreek Community Hospital, to revitalize the small village. Looks like she was publicly very active. Too active? She was taken to Painscreek Community Hospital for an emergency operation in 1974. Tricia Roberts was born just before that. Vivian was hospitalized for a few months. She was reliant on Dr. Henry Johnson during that period. Security room in the mansion, maybe? This actually might be that thing over at the church. I don't know, because he put a question mark here. 025241? Oh, it says security room. I don't think that was a security room at the church, right? That was just a wall safe behind a poster in the church. That's not security room. So we got that, I guess. Okay. So we recorded that. Secret lies with her. Achievement. The secret lies with her, it says. Okay. Okay, nothing else. Driver's license. Stephen Moss, PI union license from New York. Okay. Oh, and there's also that's locked, huh? No. Pretty sure we don't have a key for that. So unless there's something in here in the on the floor of the car or something, I don't know where we get that key. It's Wanda's key, so that's not going to unlock PI, who's not even part of this town, or unlock the door for a car owned by a PI who's not part of the town, I should say. Yeah, there is this. No, this is our car, though. Yeah, that's our car. So we don't want to do that, obviously. We don't need to break into our own car. We can just freaking leave if we wanted. Huh. Okay. Not sure if we're really going to find many other cars, if any at all. Okay, we're almost to the hospital again. Let me look at what was. Not that. Vivian was hospitalized for a few months, relying on Henry Johnson. I don't know if we're going to find anything with that. That's quite a ways back in time. We already looked through the records earlier, right? In that set of drawers, and I don't remember anything standing out of that. It was just stuff about like people with arrhythmia and stuff, so I don't know if that's really going to help. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Wanda Tyler. That's that. Scott Brooks. James Howard. Andrew Reed. I don't know. Okay, there is a well, like I said. Let's maybe not do the hospital right now. I don't know, because we can go back in there, but I don't know if we're gonna find anything new right now. Did we really get any other clues in the hospital? We know that we now know that Vivian was there, but that was like that was like 18 years earlier, right? Because this must be like 1992 or something like that when these murder happened, and that was 74. That's like 18 years later. So I don't know. There is a well though that was referenced, and on that, like, I know what you did last summer type of note. And there is, I think it's over here, right? It's a well, not there, but there's a well, yeah, here. But I can't interact with it, so maybe we're not actually using this well? I guess not. Visit Andrew at the hospital. Check the hospital for missing tools. Is there anywhere in the hospital I missed searching? Because I thought we already looked, not for tools specifically. I thought we already looked through everything there, though, and I don't remember seeing tools. Am I just misremembering? I don't think so, but I could be. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where Wanda is. Because I swear... You know, let's go to the hospital and look at the front desk. Because I think that has addresses. Oh, wait, no. Does it, though? It has check-ins of people who visited. I don't know if there's actually an address there. There might be in the patient files. We go back up to the patient files. There might be an address there. We can go back in it briefly. See if I die or not. Re-entering. Okay. So I think these are just patient record, or not, just visitor records. Oh, but they doesn't give an address. Well, hang on. Okay, so... Wait. Okay, hang on. So what the hell's her name? Wanda. Wanda is what I want. Wanda. Let's see. Patient. No, it doesn't say where Wanda is, though. And her son's name was Derek, I believe, right? So he's not here either. Where was the spot with the patient records? Was that... Where was that? Can't get in the office. There's a store area, but there was a place that had like folders of patient records. I don't remember where that was. Was that down this side? Maybe. Nurse station. That isn't open. Operating room. That's not it. Storage. No, here we go. Medical records. Alright, hang on. Okay, let's see if one of these is Wanda. Read. Jason Gomez. No. None of those. These. Kyle. Marlon. Rebecca. Oh. Right. That's not. Here. Raymond. Wanda. Tyler. 43 Silver Lane. Or Silver Lake. 43 Silver Lake. Okay. Whoops. Let's get out of here now. Alright. No sweat. We made it without any haunting incidents. 43 Silver Lake is where we want. Okay. If we get back out, we'll get on to Silver Lake and then try to find number 43. We're on Silver Lake. Okay, so basically just straight through. Just go right past this and up Clover Street, and we'll get to Silver Lake. And I don't know where on Silver Lake we want to be, so just getting there is the main thing. And then from there we'll just look. This is Clover. That then connects to Silver Lake here. 43. Can't go in there. That's number 4 anyway. 43. 9. 7. 40. 38. 42. Is 43 up here maybe? 41, 43. Oh, but we do have the key. Probably can use that. There we go. Excellent. Now we're in Wanda's place. You turn the flashlight off. Or on, I mean. I turned it off leaving the hospital. Small little cozy kitchen. Nothing there. They're all nothing. It's doing the creepy hospital music again. So we might get a haunting. We'll find out. The whole game I'm gonna be like, we might get a haunting, and then it never happens. I'll be like, sad face. For like the next week, I'll just be like crying. I knew I wanted a haunting and never got one. It was so sad. Let's see. Yeah, look at those. A lot of these obviously are just gonna be like decoration, right? To make it look like something lives here. So I don't expect to interact with every book or whatever, but it will be nice to be able to interact with some of them. Sometimes we do. That's why I examine them so closely. Nothing in here. Okay. This is oh, looks like a tea room or something. Maybe. Some kind of a lounge room or something, right? Whether it's tea room or you just like entertainment. There's just a small TV VCR combination there. And then books. I don't really think it's an entertainment room. I think this is a tea room just for relaxation. And if you happen to be in the mood for a movie, I suppose. If you had something on video cassette tape, you could do at the time. Do any of these give the option to play them? No. They do not. Okay. Couple of vases. What's this one? Old and New London. Ooh. I want to read that. Can I get a real copy of that? That intrigues me. I love reading about like the history of places and how things developed over time and stuff. I'm not like obsessive, like it's like a hobby that takes all my time and I waste loads of time doing it or something, but I'm just saying, you know, I do find that kind of stuff quite fascinating. Oh, anything in the boxes? I think I checked these already, didn't I? I think so. I think I checked them. Okay, upstairs. We're going to find another seance circle. Is that the secret that ties everybody in the town together? Everybody did some creepy seance, something. You're like, bro, you didn't learn from the last people who basically got themselves murdered because they did this scary ghost summoning and now that ghost is after them. Monday, April 3rd, 1995. Trisha visited me again. Aw, Trisha visited Wanda? That's nice. Because Wanda, it feels like, I mean, you know, she was the mom of the chauffeur for the family. So the Roberts family had the chauffeur, Derek, and Wanda was the mom. But so Trisha could have just treated it like, just a servant and whatever. She was nice enough to go visit Wanda when she found out Wanda had cancer. That's nice. Ever since Scott was fired and was told not to see Trisha anymore, she's been visiting me quite often. Not only is she angry at Vivian, she's also annoyed with Scott, saying that Scott is avoiding her. That was April 3rd. We're, I think, 3 months before the murders? Something like that. Wednesday, June 28th, 1995. This is only like within weeks of the murders, I think. Within a few weeks. Like, I don't know how many. I don't remember if it's the end of July, I think. So maybe like a month. I visited Mom today. Her cancer has relapsed. After her tumor disappeared 2 years ago, no one expected it to return again, especially this quickly. Mom looked fine and seemed to be getting used to the hospital visits. Dr. Johnson said the chemotherapy sessions are needed due to the late-stage cancer and that she would need my support more than ever. I remember when my own mom went through that. That was rough. She had a hard time with that. She was always in pain and just tired, and it was not okay. I mean, you do what you can, but it's not a pleasant process. Upon leaving, I saw Scott talking with Dr. Johnson. They looked serious. I wonder if Scott found a new job after being fired. Yeah, this is important, right? Maybe. Scott talked to Vivian the night before she died. He talked to her in the forest, and now he's talking to Dr. Johnson. I don't know if there's a tie here. It might be too early, too, because it's like a month earlier. I'm not sure. July 12th, so 2 weeks later, Dr. Johnson's body was found near Cherry Creek Lake today. I mean, that's just a tiny bit sus. Scott talks to Dr. Johnson. 2 weeks later, Johnson's dead. Scott talks to Vivian. The next day, Vivian's dead. I mean, bro. I'm just saying, coincidence, but kind of not coincidence. I don't know what's going on, but it's not obviously not just a random factoid. It actually is important, I think. The police came and interviewed Vivian. Apparently, she was seen with Dr. Johnson a lot. Vivian was heard with her voice raised at the police during the interview. Trisha got frightened and locked herself in her room. I don't know what's going on. 2 days later, the police came to my house to interview me again about the death of Dr. Johnson. Okay, so this is obviously a flaw. July 12th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 2 days, Saturday, July 15th. I wonder if this is supposed to be Sunday. I don't know, or July 14th. Anyway, police came to my house to interview me again about the death of Dr. Johnson. I'm so tired of all that has happened recently. Friday, October 27th. Scott came back with Father Matthew today. The lawyer, remember Scott is the adopted son of Father Matthew, right? That's the connection there. Their lawyer came too. Reporters were waiting at the church asking why they would allow a killer back to Painscreek. Tricia came back from hospital and was desperate to see Scott. When Charles and Bernard stopped her, she broke down in tears. What can I do? That is... Derek. Yeah. Derek is Wanda's son. Okay. Let's see, nothing else with that. A knife? Oh. Derek T. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's just a pocket knife. It's not all that suspicious on its own. Yes, given things that are going on, okay, he had a knife. I mean, but that still doesn't mean anything. He could have that knife for like a couple of years or something before anything happened, even, right? That tells us nothing except that he happened to have a knife. Now, if we get more stuff that deals directly with the knife being used or found or something at a scene of a crime or something, that's different. But Friday, January 12th, 1990. We went cycling today. Scott said he can ride faster than me. Of course, that isn't true. So we had a competition and Tricia was our referee. We set the goal line to be the fence in front of the river. Oh, this is 2 years. 2 years, or 2.5 years before the murder happened. We set the goal line to be the fence in front of the river. I was winning until we almost reached the finish line. I braked to prevent myself from crashing into the fence. But Scott didn't brake. He pedaled harder as he approached the goal. I yelled at him to stop, but he didn't listen. By the time he crossed the line, it was too late. The brakes did not stop him in time. His bike hit the fence and he was launched into the air, landing on the rocks by the riverbank. I ran to him. There was blood coming from his head and scratches all over his arms and legs. Tricia came up to him and tended to his wounds. She seemed to be sobbing, even though Scott was the one bleeding. I think I'm hurting more than him. A couple months later, while cleaning the garage, Charles approached and asked if I would like to be his chauffeur. Charles is Vivian's husband. So, Charles Roberts, the father of the family that lived at the mansion. Tricia's father. He said his current driver wants to spend more time with his grandchildren and is planning to retire. I have by the end of this week to decide. It's a good opportunity. I'd get a raise in salary and I'd get to travel around the country. I think I'll say yes. A couple weeks later, Sunday, April 1st, Tricia came today and suggested we make our very own time capsule before I start my new job. I thought it was a good idea. We buried the box near a big stone in the cemetery. Before leaving, we made a promise to each other. We will open it up. So we need to go to that stone in the cemetery, it looks like. Month and a half later, I had a chance to walk around New York today. As I went into a bookstore, I remembered how much Tricia loved notebooks. There was one that was really cute. It was a bit expensive, but I think she'll like it. I should surprise her by giving her the notebook on her birthday. Then another 6 weeks basically. I didn't expect to be traveling this much as a driver. On one hand, I miss my mom. On the other, I get to stay in nice hotels. I guess it's not a bad deal. Charles treats me very well. He even gives me extra allowances on these trips. Maybe I'll get something nice for Mom next time. This is 3 months later. Three months later. We went hunting near the river. According to Scott, there's a nest in the drain hole that sometimes has eggs. I told him it might be dangerous, but he assured us that it's fine. So off we went. Sure enough, there were eggs. I didn't know what eggs those were and decided to stay a little further away. Scott started collecting them when I noticed something moving. Tricia was able to shout out that it was a snake. I stood there, frozen, not knowing what to do. Scott turned and saw the snake. Then he spread his arms out and slowly walked backwards. Tricia was behind him. He extended his right hand with a stick toward the snake, slowly placed the bag of eggs on the floor with his left hand. When he reached me, he grabbed my arm and said, "Run!" We all ran, screaming our lungs out. I think that was the fastest I ever ran in my life. It was about 5 weeks later. I miss the old days, when it was Trisha, Scott, and myself hunting in the back of the woods, playing by the lake. It's not that I don't appreciate what Charles has given to us, such as the house we live in and our jobs. I just miss the time when we were young and carefree. We'd go anywhere and nothing would stop us. I miss Trisha. And then about 7 weeks later, why doesn't she realize that I like her? Is that Trisha again? Because he said he missed her here. So he started liking Trisha. Maybe there was a tryst. Because Trisha likes Scott. Or not tryst, but what do you call it? A love triangle? Maybe. Can't really do anything with this typewriter, so I guess we're not reading what's there. Dear Father has everything going, and then it did. So I guess there's not much to read. If you wanted to. Okay. I think that's everything in here. We already went through this side. Yeah. Okay. And this. What is this room? No, what if this is the father's room or something? There. Another diary. Damn. May 3rd, 1974. 74? So we're back 16 years earlier. Derek turned 4 today. Vivian organized a small party for him. I really appreciate what she's done for us. After blowing out the birthday candles, I asked him what he wished for. He said, "I wish to see Papa." I did not know what to say to him. I cannot tell him that his father left us. So this is maybe Derek's mom? I don't know who this is. I'm not sure, actually. April 22nd. So 3.5 months? Vivian's being hospitalized for mental instability. Dorothy has asked for me to care for Vivian while she remains at the hospital. We might need to go to the hospital and see if we find any records on Vivian in 1974. Because this is the second time we've we've had stuff talking about her hospital stay in 74. Maybe we go there next. I don't know. Kind of want to go to that stone in the cemetery, though. I wonder how Vivian must be feeling right now, knowing she might not be able to conceive anymore. Magdalene wants a boy to continue the family line. Not being able to have children anymore will be devastating for Vivian. I pity her. That is rough. Find out you're barren. If you have your heart set on having a kid, you find out you're barren, that's got to be hard. Can't imagine how hard that would be. October 9th, so this is a couple months later. Like 6 weeks later. I just can't stand Sophia. She's not that pretty. Just barely a year working here, and the others are already serving her hand and foot. She's just here to take advantage of the Roberts family. I don't trust her. I wish she'd just disappear. Damn, Sophia is the name of the ghost that haunted in that place where they had the burn room, and up the stairs there was the seance, and he started saying like here, this is the journal entry. Read. Yeah. So, medication, they're abandoning me. Yeah. Ever since Scott asked about her, I've started to see Sophia again. 1994, and that was 1974 when she was saying she didn't like Sophia. Or she or he. Where is it? I think it's Derek Tyler. $1995. No, that's not it. Hang on. Where are we? This one. Wanda. Yeah, Wanda from 74. Not liking Sophia. So this is Sophia in 74, but then you end up with Andrew Reed seeing Sophia in 94. So somewhere in that 20-year period, I guess Sophia died, and then Sophia started haunting stuff. I don't know why. I don't know that we know enough to know why she started haunting. I think there's gonna be a ghost at some point. There's too many references to Sophia and stuff now. And the summoning circle and all that stuff. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Sophia at some point. I don't know when. Definitely feels like the kind of thing we would eventually experience, though. Look, I need a tool to fix this. Oh, I need to find the toolbox, I think, and then do that. Okay. So nothing in either of the other two drawers. So we need something to fix that, like a screwdriver or something. So we need that toolbox is what we need, really. Can I rotate this around correctly? No. My rotation skills are not great. Hang on. Almost. There we go. And then, thank you, Wanda, for your hard work. Okay, so that's all it was. It wasn't anything super, super special. Like giving us great amounts of information or anything. That's Wanda's room. Derek's room. Can't do anything with that. I guess we're done with this place? Maybe. Yeah, we've already looked at all the downstairs stuff. Okay. I guess that means we're heading for the stone in the cemetery. Which means I'm going to run over to the cemetery and then save it. Start at the cemetery next time so I remember where we're leaving off. So the church is over here. Still can't, we don't have a key, right? Still can't get in there, yeah. Oh. We had somewhere. Where did we have? Somewhere we had, but it might not be in something we wrote down. Somewhere we had a number of a lock. Well, we only had one, but we had a number of somewhere. I don't think it's in any of these diaries. Well, it could be in Moss's, maybe. Otherwise, I don't think it's in any of these. Yeah, 025241, but that's the mansion. I mean, at least that's what his note seems to indicate. And there's only 4 digits, so that's 6. That's too many. I think it was in the church itself, actually, though, that we got the... No, let me go back in here and see where that is. It's one of the rooms, I think, right? Just on the wall of one of them. Well, one of them, we pulled the poster away and there was a safe. But there was somewhere there, I think, pretty sure somewhere there was a reference to a number. No, that's not it. That is not it. I don't remember where it was. Scott's things. We cannot unlock that. That's okay, because that's not what I was looking for anyway. Thought we found a code in one of the rooms or something. Diary. Here's the save, but again, not what I'm looking for. Bathroom. I don't think there's anything in the bathroom. I'm not gonna remember where it was, probably. Well, shoot. I don't remember. We saw it somewhere, but I don't remember now. I don't know. Confessional booth. Oh, I don't know if we've been in the confessional booth, actually. I don't even remember to do that another time. Both of those are locked. Okay. Anyway. Bathroom, nothing special in here. Well, shoot. I thought I remembered where there was a note or whatever, but I guess not. I done not remember. I done forgetted it or something. Or I'm imagining in my head and it's not actually ever been there. I don't know. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the cemetery. I'll just go in front of the cemetery so remember next time that's where I want to try to get in. Because I do want to stop streaming. It's been like... Now we're basically just over 3 hours. So I want to call it here. Okay. Yep. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Monmouth Fox. Anybody else who watches later, appreciate the support as always. I will talk to you guys again next weekend. Yeah. On Friday, we finished Lost Ember, so on Friday, I think we're going to be continuing some of the stuff from either from the Halloween streams we've done, whether it's this year or a previous year, but we're going to do stuff from Halloween streams, I think, next Friday. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great week. Be safe. Till next time. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy.
Oh, that's so sad.